Supply chain problems have been in the news of late, and as inflation and other large number of Americans are opting out of the workforce. And the real reason that inflation seems worse than the government and the media is discussing is this great word I found on the internet. It's called skimpflation. And it's a lovely word. It describes how businesses are forced to cut back on services and products because of shortages in labor, inventory, and increases in costs. So, Laurie, we see it all around us. You know, gas and food prices are up. Stores are poorly stocked. You can't go into a CVS or a pharmacy and not see empty shelves. And businesses, they can't offer the same level of services. So is this just a transitory problem as our Secretary of Treasury has described?
As long as the Biden administration keeps hemorrhaging all this money into our economy, we're going to see continued shortages and inflation. We're seeing it now, and it'll just keep getting worse as long as they keep, passing all of these stimulus things. And I mean, it's just, it's so obvious what's happening, and all of us are experiencing problems. I mean, you go to a hotel anymore, it's becoming the norm to not expect a maid to come and, make your bed over, and check your room in between your days. I mean, you have to wait till you leave for them to actually clean the room. I mean,
there's a lot of problems. I want to get to Cynthia on this. And yeah. Cynthia, we've seen that the U.S. economy grew at a 2% rate in the last quarter, and rather than the predicted 2.7%, in addition to all the other problems that we just discussed. So who's to blame for all these problems?
Well, we're talking about the quarter, which was July, August, and September. And we all still remember, and it's still fresh in my mind at least, that Delta came roaring in. And that's the primary reason for the quashing of the growth, because people were not confident and people were afraid to do stuff. So I want to point up a comment made by the chief economist from the National Association of Manufacturers, not known as a left-wing group, but known as a very conservative group. And their chief economist predicts 4% growth for the last quarter, and for all of 2021, an overall growth rate of 5.5%. Another thing that is promising is that now that the pandemic is lifting and vaccination rates are rising, the people are buying less stuff and having more experiences. So live entertainment, sporting events, restaurants, movies, travel, hotels, and that's what's going to continue to rise. So that is what's going to help improve. And this is not doom and gloom. We're going to end 2021 with a decent rate of growth and recovery.
Laurie, you got about 15 seconds to respond.
Yeah, I just think, I think a lot of us have been cutting slack to some of these businesses because we understand the shortages, and it's really, really tough. We've got to really feel for all the people out there working so hard, because those who are working deserve our business, deserve us to be, it's just.
Well, we got to wrap it up. I'm sorry. I'd love to have a bet on what the final GDP number is, Cynthia.
The National Association of Manufacturers.
We got to go. Stay tuned for. I'm sorry, we got to go. Carolyn's screaming at me in my ear. Stay tuned for parting shots.